Good morning, good morning. Let's see if I can put you back in the mount without causing any undue. Come on. I did. Sometimes I hate on YouTube. I was trying. Hold on, guys. Since I'm late anyway, so I was trying to get YouTube. Good morning. Running behind, as always. Good morning. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Let me go ahead and get my coffee. Let me go ahead and get the coffee that I was making before. Lately, I don't know. It's been late night. And I need to stay consistent, but lately I've just been tired. Tired. I need to go on a cruise. I need to go on a cruise. Oh well. You know how that goes. There is there's some folks that I continuously follow on yeah, good morning, Mike. There's some folks that I follow on other platforms that talk about cruising, and it seems like there is a concerted effort, and it goes with every comment. You know, you put yourself out there when you decide that you want to do this, either for a living or for fun or whatever, and people are not nice. We've had trolls on this channel, and I'm a nobody. But there is a concerted effort to be. I'm gonna say it this way because I could say the other words, but this is a concerted effort to not be nice. And when you're talking about stuff, a lot of people like cruising on the high seas. You started that channel because you love cruising. I started this channel because my life finally started changing, and cruising had become a part of it. You know, we hear about all of these fights and all of these brawls on Carnival. I'm almost at platinum. My wife is at platinum, and she's never seen none of this happen. So that should tell you something. When a person says it's the typical suspects or whatever, they pick a certain group, a certain demographic, and believe that everybody is like that. And that is far from the truth. Even in the hood, there are people that's all they can afford, and they want their neighborhood to be better, but they have no choice. You know, in this day and age, Kids used to be afraid of their elders, but now we find out that, some of these kids are not afraid of nothing. I was on Utopia of the Seas, and there were kids in the inside, off the inside balconies on the boardwalk, hit an elderly woman in the head with a bottle of water, and was throwing pizza at people and dropping coffee on them. And this was on Utopia of the Seas. This is Royal Caribbean. Everybody says Carnival is the hood, but they spent more. You spend more to not have this foolishness. And we have folks that have grown up and that are putting time out. I didn't do stuff when I was younger because I knew my father would kill me. That's not a saying. I knew he would kill me. I'm going to do right. I want to live. Do you see what I'm saying? When you get out and you spend every last dime that you have to get out and go on a vacation, and you get on these cruise ships, and you those people, they're forced. It's their job to say hello to you. It's their job to remember your name. They need to do that because most of them are from third world countries, and they need to survive. And there's nothing wrong with that. And you know how I say thank you? I even take extra money and I leave a cash tip. Thank you. Thank you for this fantasy. Thank you for showing me, because in the first world country, which sounds like a third world, the United States lately, I'm treated like crap. I'm treated like crap when I go to these shippers to drop the load off that I have, or to pick the load up. I'm treated like crap. I'm treated like crap on the roads when cars cut me off, and the computer is saying that I can't drive because cars keep on cutting me off and I have to slam on the brake. I'm treated like crap. But when I go on this cruise ship, I'm treated a whole lot better, and people smile, even though they're working 15, 16-hour days, all day, every day. I'm very thankful. Let's see. I'm very thankful that I have first world problems. I'm like, well, I'm trying to find out how to get on this next ship. That's a first world problem. But I'm still thankful. And we talk about going on the next cruise, or go on this cruise, or going on the next boat. I just been blessed because I shouldn't be here. But I thank God for it. Let's see. Okay, well, thanks for coming. That last cruise, some people are just straight stupid. Some people are just straight stupid. I believe it was, they were out of Galveston, Texas. So don't quote me on that. They were in baggage, and where the cruise is over. You're trying to find your bags and get out. You're in the area of customs. This happened in the area of customs, and a fight breaks out. Let me show you how stupid you are. You're in the area of customs. You're not out of the cruise terminal yet. 21, I think it's either 21 or 24 people got banned for life to cruise, not cruise again. And a lot of people are calling this for now on, they should have a no cruise list, and it should be on all of them. I don't know, because we don't know what started it or whatever, but it shouldn't be what started it. It should be, look, if you come on this $1 billion ship in the area of this $1 billion ship, this is what's going to happen. Jesus Christ is king and you're his servant. Okay, which servant are you? Look, this is not a political channel. We're just talking. Mike, do me a favor, block him if he comes back. We ain't got time for that. And we're just talking. You know what I mean? Yeah, that's why I was trying to set it up to do vertical so we wouldn't get the trolls, but it was too late and I'm running behind. And it's funny how people like that, Jesus Christ is king, but you'll walk by a poor guy that's starving and has no place to stay and has a cardboard box that says, if you'll feed me, and they'll look at you and throw their nose up. Or the same person probably voted for Trump. Or the same, or the same person it probably voted for Trump, that's trying to get rid of black history of black people, period, and Asians and everybody other than the white Anglo-Saxon. Really? Tell me in the Bible where that is. Tell me in the Bible where that is. But you're gonna sit behind a keyboard and hit crap like that. You know how stupid you look? I mean, really. Stupid. Ain't nobody got time for that. But, I don't know. I don't know. Hey, I don't know if you guys can see it, but I got 5 cases of mayonnaise across the way in that garage over there. I'm at a yard in Lakeland, Florida. They had a whole pallet of mayonnaise, low fat Hellmann's mayonnaise. I grabbed me a whole block. Don't eat it. Why not? Oh, ooh. I think I put too much cinnamon in that. Let's see. Hold on. You know what? Let's take a look. Let's take a look at the ingredients. Let's take a look at the ingredients. Let's see. Let's see here. Light mayonnaise with cage-free eggs. 60% less calories and fat than mayonnaise. No, but what you're right about, Mike, is soybean oil, which isn't good. Modified food starch, corn and potato sugar, distilled vinegar, salt, whole egg yolks, lemon juice, concentrate, sorbic acid, calcium, disodium, natural flavor, paprika extract, vitamin E ingredients, non-food in regular mayonnaise. It says contain eggs. Total carb 1 gram, sodium 110 milligrams, sugar 1 gram, polyunsaturated fat 2 grams, saturated fat 0.5, monosaturated fat 1 gram. Not a significant source of trans fat, cholesterol, dietary fiber, added sugar, vitamin D, calcium, iron, and potassium. So, yeah, you're right. You know, it's eggs and oil, but it's free. Yo, bro, we got the trolls today. We got the trolls to look. The trolls are up today. The trolls have declared war on the channel. What? It's still free. I'm gonna give my neighbors 2 of those cases, and well, we'll see, but it's still free. It's still free, Mike. I don't care what you say. It's not like I've grabbed a case of free ice cream before, but I mean, it's still free. It's free. Free is free. Free is delicious, but I'll keep an eye on that because see, right now I have the olive oil mayonnaise. I'm trying, but it's still free. I'm not gonna walk by free. Oh shoot. Oh. All right, I gotta pick up at what time then? Oh man, let me see what time I gotta pick up because I woke up at midnight and just laid there and then went back to sleep and got up and then started setting up to do the live and like, well, I'm gonna mix coffee and blah 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 blah. Let's see, what time are we gonna get? Let's see if I can get there early. Okay, it's supposed to be there at 2:00. I'm gonna try to get there at 12. No, I'm in an 18-wheeler. I drive truck. I drive a truck, and that kind of. I was gonna post it on my my shorts, but I had to do a rebuttal on one of the other platforms, and I got called. Man, I got called everything but a child of God for pulling over to the side of the road because I had another blown tire. Oh, that's not safe. But driving an 18-wheeler with a loaded trailer and a blown tire, and if I'd have went any further, I would have blew the other tire because where the mud flap is, it was bent over the other tire and it was going to snag it and it was going to tear it up. So I would have had two blown tires and rubber would have been flying everywhere. Oh, but it's not safe to pull over to the side of the road and put your cones out. This is what everybody's saying. It's not safe. But when you come up on a rest area, when, before the entrance, there's 18 tractor trailers parked on the side of the road sleeping for the night because they can't find nowhere. And on the other side, it's 18 more parked on the side of the road, but that's safe. But me pulling over and waiting to get my tire changed isn't. How stupid do you sound? Do you see what I mean? It's just idiotic. And and that was part of my rebuttal. But it is what it is. And I gotta remember I'm on social media and this stuff gonna come out. You know what I mean? I'm not trying to make any money on this. It just gives me something to do. It gives me, to talk stuff out and get it off my chest. But I mean, really, dude. And y'all are the idiots that keep on flying rubber all over the interstate. Smaller cars got to duck and dodge you because you want to try to keep going. Where I was, the closest truck stop was 40 miles away. I'm not going to do that. That's stupid. I'm gonna find the safest. Well, that's not safe. Well, I was blowing tire crap all over the interstate. I said, man, let me pull the heck over. Really? Because if I'd have caused more damage, then I got to tell my safety department, hey, why did you keep going? Why did you keep going? Well, I was trying to get to the truck stop. And you caused more damage. Now you ain't got no job because one of your big rubber things fell off and hit a lady's windshield and she went crashing into the median. Man. Come on, bro. Really? It's make it make sense. Boy. Well, corporate called me yesterday. I thought I was going to be able to pick some crazy color. I only had like 5 or 6 colors to pick from, and I didn't want like bright yellow, but they're like 5 or 6 colors. I'm getting a new truck probably in July, and it's going to be my permanent truck. I'll be officially hitting somewhere around July. I'll be officially hitting the 1 million mile mark driving for this company. I've already did over 1 million miles. Ain't nobody said they all accident free, but I made it this far. But you're right, Mike. After I finish that mayonnaise, we're gonna get back on a healthy track. That free mayonnaise, that free deliciousness mayonnaise. So I got free mayonnaise right there, free flavored water over here. I've been having a good week. and I get to go home for the mall. Um I had a guy on Facebook Marketplace wanting to make an offer on both of those lawnmowers I bought. But I want to keep them because I'm nearly not about making money. I want to bring both of them back to life. I'm having that urge to bring both of those lawnmowers back to life. I know I'm not gonna make no money off of it once I bring it back to life, but I want to do that. That's one of my hobbies. If you look at my shorts, those videos that you see that it says new on it, all I did was recycle them. I went into YouTube Studios, old shorts that when I was a nobody, re-downloaded them and put them back on there, and and they're making traction. So right now I'm at 80,000. I'm up 80,000 views for the month. My hours still suck, but I'm figuring stuff out, and that's what it's all about: having fun and not making it a chore. Once it becomes a chore, I ain't gonna want to do it no more. You know what I mean? But this year with the lawn, this growing season, I'm just gonna keep plugging away, and make sure I'm gonna try to be leveling out the lower part of the lawn. That's going to be my focus. I'm going to be leveling out the lower part of the lawn, and then level out the lower part of the lawn, and in the process of the next 1 to 2 years, work on bringing that lawnmower back to life, because the Toro Greensmaster 1000 that I did, it took me a couple of years because they didn't make parts for that. I had to find it. I had to find stuff, and then I had to buy a salvage one from the auction when it finally came up, and then go get it and take the parts out and stuff like that. So I had to wait to get stuff done. And once I finally got it and I sold it, there's a guy, he'd be looking for me. As soon as I got another one fixed, he's buying it. he bought the John Deere 220E cut hybrid and the Toro Greensmaster. He bought both of them, came and got them. And I'm just looking to work on it, especially because the engine's working. It's Honda. The best part of those mowers, the Honda engines, they don't make them no more. So enthusiasts are really excited about that. They don't make them no more. Let's see something here. My nose is itching. I don't want y'all to hold on. Sorry, freaking nose is itching. Like I said, I'm still figuring out the stuff that I like to do. And, cruising's one of them, but, small engine repair and bringing stuff back to life, that's something new that I'm really enjoying. I'm gonna get back out to the walking again. I got a new smartwatch, which this watch I got Caught 19 bucks. Now it's 70 bucks. It's selling for $70 because of Trump's tariffs. Thank you, Trump. But we knew this stuff was coming. We knew this was coming. But you know, it is what it is. I'm gonna take it when I get off here. I'm gonna take another nap. Leave out here about 12 o'clock, and because it isn't that far. It's right up the road, literally. Um, Leave out of here about 12 o'clock. Set myself up so hopefully I can make it all the way to it. I can make it all the way to Atlanta, and just it is what it is. Exactly, Mike. I'm trying to figure out what you always hear the stories that people do something that they love and then it becomes a business. So that's what I just been investing in. Yeah, there's gonna be nothing to truck soon. You know what I mean? And that's the crazy part. There's gonna be nothing to truck soon. Um, that's why I haven't asked to move to another dedicated route. There was a chemical route that I could have asked to move to, but I don't want to. I'm going to stay with Kellogg's because a lot of the Kellogg stuff, a lot of it is made in the United States. Like the Cheez-Its, the Cheez-Its are made in North Carolina. Or the crackers and stuff like that are made in certain states. Um, everybody they thinking that we're gonna have a toilet paper shortage, but in the South, it's made from recycled cardboard and stuff like that, and in wood chips and all of that stuff. I picked up there before. Here in Florida, they make toilet paper. It's made in Georgia. So there's certain things that are made in the United States. But people gonna get scared and make a run on stuff that ain't got nothing to do with nothing. Good morning, welcome in. We ain't talking about a whole lot of nothing. Mike, I was looking at I just Googled it because I started having peanut butter cravings. And a lot of times it's it said that my body is missing something. So I just got to keep up on my vitamins and everything, and my potassium and all of that, so that I could get rid of these cravings. You know what I mean? But we it's weird, and I say that in a strange way, that it doesn't matter black, white, or indifferent. We think that we were better than someone, than everybody else, and especially on these in these other countries. There was a lady that got on an excursion that didn't pay for it, and all you had to do was have a wristband. She didn't have a wristband and knew she didn't pay for it, but she said, "I'm not leaving." Where do we do that at? Where do we do that at? And even the kid is off the boat crying like, why is my mother acting like this? Why is my mama acting the fool? You know, where do we do that at? Who brought this person up to act the fool like that? And they had to sit there and drag your behind off. I don't understand. When I go on cruises, I'm pigging out. I'm walking around and on and buying trinkets and silly little bitty stuff. But you're behind when I act the fool. That part I don't get. But I'm saying that, I said to you guys, but I'm saying it in my head when it happened, because people always want to make you the problem when you open your mouth. When you open your mouth, hey, you ain't supposed to. Okay, now you the problem. You know what I mean? Hey, Cruising. How you doing? Hey, good morning, Lucy. No, Cruising, I know you be around. I know Cruising for they to be around. I know they be Cruising be around. They used to look. But see, it's so funny that I learned being off the boat in another country how to mind my business, how to look over there, and you get that look like, look at that fool, but you don't say nothing. It's like, like, where your manners at? Look, and see, this is what I'm saying. And I was going to say, well, might as well talk about it now. But I'm from an area where it was straight hood. But my neighborhood wasn't hood. We actually had police chief of the Bronx lived in our neighborhood. We had a state trooper, 2 New York City detectives, and someone else, and everybody had guns. So you didn't want to come in our neighborhood and act a fool. But right up the street was a notorious drug area called the Block. You knew this was the area. So, and I grew up with a sense of a hood sense of look, because there was certain areas at night you didn't walk through. There was like a dirt patch where cars would park. You knew at night not to go right over there. You knew not to go up to the park at night. You knew don't do this or don't do that. And sometimes you want to say something because you spend on these cruise ships, you spent $3,000-$4,000, so you're gonna say something. I remember on the Utopia of the Seas, I was waiting in line because I think I lost my my card, my room card. I lost my room card, waiting online to get another one, and there was a lady next to me talking to a guy, and she was complaining about the food. It's just like, I don't know what it is, but it just don't taste right. But she just had to tell somebody. I'm like, really? Put some salt and pepper on it. Really? Put some hot sauce. Really, lady? You got to tell. And the guy's going, yes, ma'am, yes, ma'am, yes, ma'am, yes, ma'am. And I understood. I said, you know what? That's why I'm leaving the tip for people like you, But I was talking to the wife, and she was like, oh, I'm gonna tell him, because we were talking about being on the elevator. See, you gotta wait till the next whatever. I don't, honestly, guys, I'm not a violent person. I might sound like I am, but I don't want to hurt nobody, but I have to protect my wife. I'll protect my wife, but my wife won't protect her mouth. Love her to death. I'm going to tell him. If I tell you in public to shut the F up, shut up. I'll apologize later. But my hood mentality is telling me there's people around that's about to do us harm, and I'm by myself. I'm by myself, and I got to protect you because you don't know how to shut up for a minute. See, everybody's worried about those people are jumping on them elevators. Okay, them elevators got them big behind cables on them. But guess what? They also have emergency brakes. So if something goes down, it ain't going to go, it ain't like the 1950s. It ain't going to go crashing to the bottom. Those emergency brakes will kick in. And you're going to be stuck on there until somebody get there. But, if I look at you and give you a look like, don't do it, don't say nothing. Let's get off this daggone, let's get off this elevator first. Let's get off this elevator. Let's get away from the situation. That's what happened on one of the royal ships. They got into a pissing argument in a closed elevator because they getting in there and jumping around and acting like idiots. Turns out it was an 18-year-old black kid, and wouldn't let him off the elevator. The whole group wouldn't let him off the elevator. And once he finally got through, he got snuck. So you and in the mentality that I have, because I grew up in the hood, this one of them they're gonna snuck me, so I'm gonna get them first. So I already know we about to get put out. We about to get put off this boat. But I'm going to act the fool and get us out of this situation. If I got to yell at the top of my lungs, security, 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 because the elevators got cameras on them, and I would say, look, hey guys, come on, man. Let's not do this. I'm going to explain. They're going to put you, once this is all done, they're going to put you off your boat with you and your mama. So let's not do this. I'm going to try my best to de-escalate this. I don't want to hurt y'all. Let's not do this. Come on. Do you see what I'm saying? I'm not going to be a Karen or a Ken. Let's not do this. Because I like cruising. I don't want to be banned for life. Because when I get banned for life, I'm taking one of you. One or two of you are coming with me. Let's not do this. Listen, I'm just being honest. I'm old. I'm out of shape. I got to take two of y'all out before I run out of breath. Let's not do this. Come on, guys. Where your mama at? Do you see what I'm saying? And it's the same thing. I was in on one of the carnival ships. It was a teenager in the adult section. I was so tired of them daggone kids at that point. And he looked at me, and I looked at like that. He looked at me, and I looked at him, and he looked at me, and I said, "Hey, man, you ain't supposed to be over here." And he gave me the look like, "Who the F you?" I said, "Bro, don't go there. You need to go. You need to leave. I'm about sick of all y'all kids just ripping and running. This is an adult section. You need to go. Don't take it personal, but you need to go." I tell your mama that too. Because there was a father that had his kid in the adult section, and I said, and I made a video of it. I said, look at this, look at this. You think you special. But, and I'm not complaining, guys, but I just want, when I cruise, I want to be left alone. Hey, Wellness, what's going on? Well, let me check the time. Yeah, we almost out of here. I want to be left alone, but I want to be left alone with me and my wife or my friends, and then we do what we do. Do you see what I mean? I don't want to. Let's not. And I'm gonna try to talk my way out of this. Look, bro. You might not know this, especially on Carnival. It's a $500 fine that's gonna hit you. You gonna pay $500 for just hitting me. Then they're gonna put you off for the rest of your life. Is this what you want? I'm not doing. Ain't nobody calling you a punk, bro. I said I was sorry. I said I bumped you. I apologize. You see what I'm saying? Let's be civil about this. If you want to keep on acting the fool, I'll meet you in the parking lot. Not in the not in customs, stupid. I'll meet you in the parking lot. And I won't meet him in the parking lot, but I'll say that. Come on, man. You know what I mean? And that's what I'm saying. Let's not go there. But everybody and they say it's alcohol, but some people are walking around with a chip on their shoulder. If you got a chip on your shoulder, what are you cruising for? It's a whole lot of freaking people. You're going to be bumping and somebody going to cut the line or whatever. Do you, boo-boo? I've heard horror stories about people putting their hands on the food in the food line and then putting it back and then licking their fingers. You do that in front of me, I'm going to make a scene. Excuse me, this person over here is licking their fingers and touching all the food. You need to get rid of that. That's disgusting. Do you see what I'm saying? I've cruised enough, and especially if I get some alcohol in me, I'll take a hit. You want to punch me? Security! I've gotten knocked a few times. I'll take security. Whatever. You see what I mean? It's not worth it. I'm not losing my privileges. Because some people that are African-American descent don't want the smoke. Exactly. Or if you having problems with your girlfriend or whatever, don't get on the boat and have the upside down pineapples. Don't get on the boat. You got people that walk. Don't get on the boat with the upside down pineapples on your door, and stuff don't work out. That was a major fight. Come on, man. Now you jealous? What you jealous for? You the one did that stupidness. Let it go. Let it go, man. Because these cruising is nothing but a fantasy that I enjoy. I enjoy it. I'm in tears tonight. I got to go back. I got to go back to reality. That I got to go back to doing this. You know what I'm saying? Then I got to go back to doing this. But I know when I get out of this truck, I know how to mind my business. I get out of this truck and I know how to mind my beeswax. I know. I enjoy cruising too. So that's why I don't get on that. I wish a person would just step on my, hey, whatever. You stepped them, you bumped me, whatever. Okay, thank you. Deuces. You know what I'm saying? I know how to give people respect. And you had the fights at the club. Look, you don't have to worry about the Banks family. Everybody be coming out the club and the fight. No, we be in the bed. we be in the bed. We ain't be in the bed, Fred. You know what I mean? But it is what it is. All right, guys, we go. Thank you for coming in. Thank you for being part of this live. Thank you for listening to the baloney that I've been spewing out for the last 1 hour. Coming up next, Wellness with Frugal Mama. Get your workout on. Eddie Lugo Studios, I believe he does, once again, he does 7:15. He does a short 7:15. And at 9 o'clock, Cruising is Fun Anytime. And with Eddie Lugo Studios, go live together. And Miss T with the T at 9:15. Hey, guys, it's all talk. We just getting stuff out, and nobody's talking smack or nothing. Know that if you don't think nobody loves you, know that I love you and God loves you. Y'all have a wonderful day. Be blessed. Don't be stressed, and take it with a grain of sand. Look, I got 5 cases of free mayonnaise. I'm happy. It ain't good for me, as Mike would say. It ain't good for me. But y'all have a blessed day. Deuces.